Coming to you from the Bakersfield College Renegade Athletic Complex, you're watching Renegade Basketball. Good afternoon, everyone, and a happy Veterans Day to you all. Today, we're proud to honor and celebrate the men and women who have served and continue to serve our country. Veterans Day is about recognizing their courage, their sacrifice, and their dedication to the freedoms we all enjoy. I'm Tom Myers, joined by my producer, the Dr. Julian Wilson, and our camera crew, Gio General and John Hare. And the Renegades come into today's game with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss with an incredible double overtime win against Reed College last Saturday. Renegade sophomore Markel Brooks dropped 26 points on the party, but it was the surprise scoring of freshman James Miller, who went 6 of 9 from the three-point line and scored 29 points that really got the Renegades going. Tyron Tyler only scored 5 in the outing, but it was the last-second fadeaway jumper down along the baseline in regulation that put BC into overtime and helped to stave off elimination that made the game one for the record books. On the other end of the court today, Porterville College trying to put a game in the win column. They'll be counting on sophomore Andre Bly to lead the charge. Bly with 14 points in the Pirates' opening season lost to L.A. Pierce College, where they fell by a close one, 62-57. Of course, they'll need a few more points today to keep up with the pace of the Renegade squad, who is averaging 84 points per game. And Julian Wilson, boy, did we see a barn burner the other day. Double overtime. What a great show the Renegades put on.
You know, and just like we discussed, you know, we could not have written that game any better than it turned out. Nobody knew what was coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every moment of that game was a moment.
Yeah, we were on pins and needles the entire time. Really kind of it was just a crazy outing, and what a fantastic game for both squads. And so today, starting lineups for Bakersfield College: number 2, Gustavo Chavez; number 5, Markel Brooks; number 11, Sakir Henderson; number 13, James Miller; and number 23, Joaquin Rios. For the Pirates of Porterville College, number 1, Marcel Longmire; number 2, Marcus Watts Jr., number 5, David Johnson; number 23, Jacal Bryant; and number 32, Jared Pimentel. So, again, as we've stated, Porterville has their work cut out for them today. Renegades averaging over 83 points per game so far this season and scored 93 in the 93-92 double-time overtime win against Porterville College. A little extra work today for our camera crew as we're trying to get multiple cameras still up and running here at Bakersfield College and try to get that figured out. But really looking forward to a fun game today on Veterans Day, and a couple of storylines that we'll get to, but probably one that we want to get to before the kickoff here is Ensign Alice Darrow is 106 years young. She is a World War II U.S. Navy veteran out of Danville, California, who is up, surprisingly, for the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Yes.
She is watching today from Danville, California. So, Alice, welcome in on the broadcast, and we hope that you enjoy today's game. Renegades get the opening tip. Miller driving to his right, up off the glass, and scores. And the Renegades break the seal on the scoreboard first. And as we talked about the other day, the defense of BC is just stifling. And they pretty much run hot and heavy the entire time and hands in all over the place. And that one, Gustavo Chavez knocks that off of Jacal Bryant. Back in the lineup today for BC, number 23, Joaquin Rios. Rios was missing the other day on Saturday. Out for personal reasons. We're glad he's back here today. Joaquin in his second year here at Bakersfield College. A big contributor to the team last year. Really looking forward to seeing what he has to contribute this year. Chavez off the mark with that one. And that one was off the hands of Porterville. And it's going to stay down here at this end. BC doing a really good job of firing from the three-point line in that last game. And it looks like the Renegades did not get possession on that one, so Porterville's going to have that one now. And that one off the hands of Chavez, trying to fight it away from Marcel Longmire down along the baseline. BC today needs to work on hanging on to the ball and not turning it over. Quite a few turnovers in the last game. I believe the count was over 30. Of course, it was a double overtime game. But, wow, what a game it was.
Yeah, you know, those men were worn out. You could tell they were cramping. Anything you could think of.
Yeah, we talked about that in the game. A lot of cramping. You thought there was a football game broke out on the basketball court. Chavez chases that one down behind the back to hang on to it. Great ball handling. And the travel, everybody saw that one in here. And James Miller is going to get called for the travel. Of course, we're coming to you from the new Renegade Athletic Complex here at Bakersfield College. Only the third basketball game ever played in here by Bakersfield College. A great facility, lots of technology. And as I said before, just trying to get more cameras and more angles hooked up. And that one's going to be off of, well, he stepped out of bounds, it looks like, James Miller on the line before he got it to bounce off the defender. And Porterville will have the ball once again. And once again, BC in that full court press. And that one just over the line. And Henderson comes up with it. Rios was down underneath the basket calling for it. He drives to his left, fakes, throws it up off the glass and scores. Joaquin Rios. And Markel Brooks gives it up to Miller. Miller with the spin, gives it to Rios. Rios scores. Great ball movement by the Renegades. And again, that full court pressure against Porterville. And again, they just get it past.
Wow.
Oh, and a big collision down there along the baseline as Zakir Henderson got his body cut out from underneath him and fell completely on top of Marcus Watts Jr. Wow. And the foul got called on Chavez as Chavez, and I don't even know where the foul was on that. I need to kind of take a second look because Henderson had a clear path to the ball.
First free throw is good by Watts Jr. Checking into the game, number 0, Quentin Thomas.
And Julian Wilson is in charge of the replays on this.
And it looks like a very, very clean.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that got called. Watts made his first and makes his second. Renegades with a 6-2 lead, 17-16 left to go in the first half. The step back from Miller. He's got his hand bandaged again today. Needed to get it taped up the other day in the game versus Reedley. And a great rebound underneath by Marcel Longmire. Had the presence of mind to dribble while he was on the floor to get the pass out. And a long-range three-pointer by David Johnson. And Porterville pulls to within one. Smart play by Miller going to one knee and then not getting up. Would have gotten called with the travel. But a foul is going to get called on Marcel Longmire. And that's going to be Longmire's first foul of the game. So Gustavo Chavez checks out. And Tyron Tyler, who extended the game into overtime the other day with that baseline shot. And Joaquin Rios drives around the key, pulls up and hits the jumper. And Rios now with 4 points in the game. And I stand corrected. He's got 6 points. Thank you.
He's 3 for 3.
He is 3 for 3. Tyler from out beyond the arc. That one misses. Zakir Henderson was wide open for a second, but he was all the way down the court. That would have taken a little bit longer of a pass to get it to him. Rios guarding Watts. And Rios is going to get called for the foul. And that'll be Joaquin's first foul.
First personal, second team foul for the Renegades.
And now Zach Garnett and Godwell Famuso checking in for the Renegades.
And 21.
And in for the Pirates, number 21, Jamarcus Brown. Brown, a 6'4 sophomore out of Dallas, Texas. You know, one thing I looked at on this Pirates squad, Julian, is there's only a few players from the Valley on the entire squad for the Pirates.
You know, and
they've recruited far and wide.
Yeah, and we noticed that with the last game with Reedley.
Oh, and a block by Famuso. And that foul is going to get called on Quentin Thomas, who couldn't get position and reached in.
His first personal, team second foul.
Now 2 fouls against the Pirates. The first one called on Quentin Thomas. And a travel and a lucky call on that one after the turnover. Renegades with 3 turnovers now. One surprise, though, so far is the rebounds. Porterville has basically, their production is 2-1 over Bakersfield College in rebounds so far in the early going of this game. 5 minutes down. Miller with the turnaround jumper hits the back of the iron, can't get it to go. Again, Miller, the leading scorer for the Renegades in the game the other day. And another 3 by Jaquel Bryant. And now the Pirates have 2 3-pointers, keeping them in this game as it's tied up now at 8. Famuso from beyond the arc, and he hits it. And the tie didn't last long before the Renegades extended, and now they lead 11-8. 14:20 left to go in this first half. Thomas drives and scores. Quentin Thomas didn't have a great handle on the ball, but managed to float that one up and in. Thomas out on Rios. Rios driving in, draws him up, and draws the foul. A smart heads-up play by Joaquin Rios to get Quentin Thomas off the ground, and then takes contact and still scores, and now a chance for a 3-point play.
And Rios, after coming back off of being off, is what, 4 for 4? Or he's at 8 points.
So far, Joaquin Rios is 4 for 4 with 8 points in the game. And now he's the leading scorer with 9 points. And Rios is going to get a little bit of a breather now. Markel Brooks checking back into the game for the Renegades. Now on the floor, Elijah Wade came back in after the foul. So Wade is in for the first time today. Renegades still in that full court press up and applying pressure. And a nice pass, but Markel Brooks got back and knocked the ball away. Heads up play on defense by BC. And the Renegades having to work a little harder today, respecting that 3-point shot. And that was something that they didn't have to worry about the other day against Reedley. Zach Garnett averaging 8 points a game, scored nothing in the game the other day against Reedley, which was kind of a surprise. And a push-up, I think, is going to get called underneath on Elijah Wade. Yes, it is. That's going to be his first foul. And now Bakersfield College has 3 team fouls. .12:55.
Violation.
And a 10-second violation. I was waiting on it to get called. That pressure by Bakersfield College, and you knew at some point the 10-second violation was going to get called. They were actually relatively close on a couple of other possessions. Porterville was of getting called for that violation. And there's a boom going off in here in the arena, and we're trying to figure out where it's coming from, but somebody down at the score table said, you got to turn it down or something, and I'm not really sure where that's coming from.
Right.
We have phantom sounds of booms going on.
Player control foul against Tyler. Be Pirates basketball.
Oh, and a nice pickoff by Wade and an easy layup. And I don't know what Quentin Thomas was looking at on that. He kind of gave up on the play. And another snag by Markel Brooks goes up for the alley-oop and can't get that one to go. And Brooks falls dramatically to the ground.
You said it dramatically.
It was very dramatic.
That was the one that got away.
that was the one that got away, and Markel Brooks wanted that alley-oop in the worst way. And he kind of earned it after getting the pick. Renegades lead 16-10 with 12:20 left to go in the first half. And again, the rebounding of Porterville and almost tipped that one in was Jaquel Bryant. Elijah Wade fighting through and puts that one up and in as Bryant took a swat at it but didn't get it. And it looked like he was going to knock that one away, so somehow Elijah Wade got that one up and in. And now Elijah Wade with his first points of the game. Second points of the game, rather. My scoreboard is a little delayed on my computer. I need to wait that one out a little bit. And that foul's going to get called, and it's going to go on Tyron Tyler. That will be Tyler's second foul. Jamarcus Brown now at the line.
First free throw is good by the Pirates. Checking in the game is 32.
Jamarcus Brown shooting 33% from the free throw line this season.
Brown will be at the line shooting 1 for the Pirates.
And he drains them both. And the funny thing about stats this early in the season, Julian, is they can change dramatically. He was 1 for 3 in that last game, and now he's 2 for 2 in this game, which means his statistics are going to jump from 33% to a lot higher. And Henderson.
Henderson for 2.
Henderson just got his own rebound. The kid can jump through the ceiling.
Yes, he can. Wow.
Flat-footed, 2 feet, still went back up, got the rebound, and put it back in. And again, the Renegades still stifling on defense, disrupting as much as possible. And that's another example. Zach Arnett got a hand on it. And a nice pass down below to Jamarcus Brown from Andre Bly. And it's 20-14 with 10:36 left to go in the first half. And the wingspan on Zach Garnett, number 25, is just remarkable. I watched him in high school. And boy, I'll tell you what, and another opportunity there as Elijah Wade tried to get it to Henderson underneath. And some of that fancy play, I know Rod Barnes is kind of looking at that going, that Rod Barnes. Greg McCall. Boy, is that a slip.
Yeah.
And, of course, we love Rod Barnes. You know, we've been talking about Rod Barnes for years.
Right.
Well, you had two former Cal State coaches, so
That's right.
I was kind of close. Not really.
That was a slip, no fall, okay? Slip, no fall.
Yeah. Hopefully Rod Barnes is at home watching right now going, they're still talking about me. I love those guys. And the lights just went out here at Bakersfield College. And now we're going to try to figure out what's going on here. So we're going to step away for just a second as they get this figured out, and we'll be right back after this.
There we go. The Pirates basketball sideline.
And we're back. So we got a booming sound going on and the lights going out. So we're trying to figure out what's going on in the gymnasium here today at Bakersfield College.
This is Veterans Day. I don't think this is Halloween.
No, it's not.
We had Halloween.
Yeah,
so.
It's a blackout game, yeah. And Damari Davis goes coast to coast after Zakir Henderson got a hand on it and knocked it into Damari Davis, and Davis picks it up and takes it all the way down the court and scores. Davis seeing his first playing time of the game, started in the game against Reedley College the other day. Davis, a redshirt freshman, took the year off last year with what I believe was still trying to get that. He had a knee problem that started in high school, trying to get that all healed up, but he looks really good. And I had to comment on his weight. He's probably dropped about a good 30 pounds and added on another 10 of muscle.
Yes.
And so just looking fantastic and doing well. I've known Damari Davis since he was a little boy, so I'm really proud to say that I get to watch him and comment on him playing basketball up here at Bakersfield College. Davis from the outside, drives down, kicks it back out. Henderson on the arc. That one's off the mark. Davis gets the rebound, and a smart play, draws the foul and scores. A great job by Davis and great situational awareness. Got the player up off his feet and then draws the foul and still able to finish. And Davis, a quick chance for 5 points here in just a couple of minutes of him being in the game.
It's a quick 5 points. Porterville does not have an answer for Bakersfield tonight.
Well, Bakersfield's defense, as we said, has been one of the – in that one, I don't even know if Damari planned that, but just kind of got caught in the angle on the rim and just rolled in. Didn't even bounce. 25-14, just over 9 minutes to go in this first half. And again, the Renegades just play, and Damari Davis reaches in on that one as Jared Pimentel was trying to drive down the lane. And that's going to be the 6th team foul for the Renegades. One more. And Porterville will be in the bonus. That one inbounded into the backcourt. A little bit of a mismatch there, but Miller comes up with it anyway. And Jamarcus Brown on that play had a chance. Markel Brooks fighting for the rebound down underneath with 3 Pirate players. And a foul is going to get called, and that's going to go on Jamarcus Brown. And Jamarcus Brown now with 2 fouls. And that one, it just mishandled by Sakir Henderson and had a chance to go around the loop and doesn't manage to get it to fall. And a quick foul again on Jamarcus Brown, and that's going to be his 3rd.
Wow.
And he was looking at that going, wait a minute, that wasn't me. He tried to step out of the way so he could see the player's number behind him, and he was looking for him. And that one's called on the ground. Now both teams with 16 fouls and 8:26 left to go in the first half. Brooks up top, trying to look underneath. Henderson trying to post up underneath. And a bad pass by Jamari Davis. Jamari Davis filled that one. I don't even know what he was looking at. Did not get that one all the way down. Had a chance to put it over the top and just gave it to him. So quick turnover there by the Renegades.
22, Davis.
And the foul is going to get called on Jamari Davis now.
The Pirates will be in the bonus.
Pirates in the bonus now. They'll shoot 1-1 at the line. And Davis is going to sit down as Gustavo Chavez checks back in for the Renegades. BC in white, Porterville in black today. Bakersfield College 25-14. Just over 8 minutes to go in this first half. He makes the first, so he's going to get a second. And now checking back into the game. Checking in for the first time we haven't seen him is Jabi Kasabe.
Watch line, Junior will be at the line shooting 1 for the Pirates.
BC with a 10-point lead.
Second free throw, good.
And we've seen some leads evaporate, right, Julian?
Well, we saw one
15-point lead evaporated
Yes.
against Reedley College the other day.
Yes.
So BC has a tendency possibly to tire out in the second half, which that really kind of showed the other day. Henderson trying to clear out the side there. He does have the side cleared out. Brooks puts that one up with 4 seconds on the clock and gets it to go. Markel Brooks. Nice spot-up jumper. Gets the defender back and hits the fadeaway.
You know, and it's nice to see the leader of the team take charge like that.
Absolutely. Markel Brooks, 27 points in that win over Reedley College, and comes away with a rebound. And Brooks trying to pick the pocket on Marcus Watts Jr. and draws the foul. That one didn't really go the way that he wanted it to. Kind of a careless foul on that one, something that didn't need to happen. And now he's going to take a seat as Godwill Famuso comes in his place, along with Elijah Wade.
You know, Tom, in an interesting first half, we got 7 minutes left. We haven't had one timeout. Not one.
Yeah, kind of crazy on that end. You're absolutely right.
First free throw is good by Marcus Watts Jr.
Who's touching what?
I'm not really sure. Just another boom. Fun sounds here in the Renegade Athletic Complex. 6:57 to go. On the court, Rios, Henderson, Famuso, Chavez, and Wade. Chavez with a long-range three-pointer doesn't get that one to go. And right now, a couple of starters down on the bench for the Bakersfield College Renegades getting a little bit of a breather. BC doing a good job, Greg McCall, getting his players rest and shifting in and out. And there's the offensive rebounding capability of Jamarcus Brown and the Porterville Pirates. Henderson gives it up to Rios. Can't get that one to go. And the Renegades in a little bit of a dry spell. Their lead cut down to 7 now. At the maximum, they had an 11-point lead. Henderson on Kasabe. And fighting for the rebound, Famuso comes away with it. Musso gives it up to Rios, who's down in the paint, and he's going to draw the foul and go to the line. That's going to get called on Marcus Watts Jr.
Fouls on 13. Jahazi Cassidy. Gotta send Rios to the line for 2.
Watts now with his first foul.
Be 1-1 for
Marcus
Rios.
Watts and Jamarcus Brown leading scorers with 6 points for Porterville so far. Joaquin Rios has 9, and now he's got
First free throw is
10.
good by Rios.
Rios right now is 4 for 5 from the field and perfect in free throws, and a timeout is going to get called by Greg McCall. They're going to want to get a little bit of a breather for their players, and we'll be back with more Renegade basketball after this. Coming back out of the timeout, the Renegades leading 28-20 with 5:21 left to go in the first half. Bakersfield College with that stifling defense kind of let up a little bit there. The lead got cut from 11 at its max down to 7, and now they're back to 8 points with Rios' chance to extend it to 9 with his second foul shot. Joaquin Rios, leading scorer in the game so far with 10 points.
Second free throw, no good.
And he makes one and misses one. Henderson guarding Jamarcus Brown. Brown dishes it back outside. That one's off the mark, and Famuso gets the rebound. Rios gives it up to Chavez from the corner. 3 for for Gustavo Chavez. And the pressure still on by Bakersfield College. Wade on Kasabe. Kasabe driving to his left, goes down, comes back up, tries to turn the corner, and can't, and Wade's going to draw the foul. And I'll tell you what, Javi Kasabe is super quick, and had he kept his feet, could have probably driven around Elijah Wade on the right side and put that one up and in off the glass. So I don't know if it's good that we get the foul on that one, but hey, I'll tell you what, don't give up anything. He had the chance, and he's got speed.
Yes, he does. I'll tell you what, but the Renegades are playing amazing defense.
9 team fouls for the Renegades, one more, and Porterville's in the double bonus, and Kasabe misses the 1-and-1 chance. 4 minutes to go. And the dry spell for Zach Garnett continues. Garnett scoreless in the last game. And as I stated before the last game, he's averaging 8 points a game. Through high school, he averaged, I think, over 20. And Jamarcus Brown with the quick score there. BC with the 31-22 lead, 3.5 to go in the first half. Garnett up off the glass, and he scores. And the drought is over for Zach Garnett.
Right.
By the way, Zach Garnett in high school scored over 1,000 points in his career of high school basketball. Oh, and Henderson, like taking candy from a baby.
You know, Tom, and that has to be like the sixth block of the half for the Renegades.
Yeah, I need to take a look at that statistic. I'm sure that there is one. 5 blocks by the BC Renegades in this half. Good count on that one, Julian. You're pretty close.
Man, I'm sitting next to you.
Yeah. Renegades with a 33-22 lead. 2.5 to go here in the first half. And Porterville with another miss. And Kasabe really didn't have any challenge on that. Now Chavez from the corner. And that one's going to be off the hands of Jamarcus Brown of Porterville. And the Renegades will have possession. And Godwill Famuso is going to check out as Markel Brooks comes back into the game for the Renegades. .2:15 to go in the half. 20 seconds on the shot clock. And a foul away from the ball. And that's going to get called, I believe, on number 1. Yes, Marcel Longmire. That's going to be Longmire's second.
Zach Garnett taking the line for 2.
And now Garnett's at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
First free throw is good by Zach.
And the first one's good. Fans, if you have not been up to Bakersfield College yet this season to watch a basketball game, come on up. The admission is free. They have a snack bar, fun night of basketball. Bring the whole family. And a great crowd that we have out here again today. We had a fantastic crowd out here on Saturday. And BC basketball, 4-0 so far on the season, doing really well under Greg McCall. Oh, and a nice up and in by Jamarcus Brown. Going around the basket with 3 defenders on him. Garnett all alone out on the edge. And can't get that one to go. Had a good look on that one, too. That one just thrown up in the air by Quentin Thomas as he fell to the ground under his own power.
Oh.
And the alley-oop attempt on that one to Markel Brooks, not good. But Zach Garnett, who, by the way, is great with that floater. He can hit that 10-foot and in floater all the time. Hasn't had many opportunities to do that, but that's an example right there. So Garnett now with 6 points in the game, I believe. Yeah, Zach Garnett now the second leading scorer for the Renegades with 6 points.
His second personal.
And a foul, that's going to get called on Markel Brooks, and that'll be his second personal foul. And 1:15 to go.
First free throw is good by Longmire.
Marcel Longmire at the line. Longmire with his first points of the game.
Second free throw is good.
And he hits the second. So Longmire shooting 100% for the season. He did not play in the game versus L.A. Pierce. Henderson, and he should draw that foul. They don't give it to him, but contact was made. And now less than a minute to go, and the clock is counting. BC once again with a stifling defense. Into the corner. Andre Bly can't get that one to go, but a nice rebound by David Johnson. And a foul's going to get called. And that's going to go on number 22, Damari Davis. And I believe that's going to be Davis's third foul. It is. So now Andre Bly going to the line. He'll shoot 2 as they are now in the double bonus.
Yeah, I tell you what, BC is playing such a controlled game. You wouldn't know that they had a double overtime game earlier in the week.
Absolutely. The lead right now is 13 with 31.9 seconds to go in the first half.
First free throw is good.
Now, my guess is that Greg McCall, if he doesn't call a timeout here,
Second free throw is good.
he's going to try to get the last play in on this one. Yep, he's going for the last play. And they were looking for a timeout, but they didn't get it. It's going to be a jump ball. And the possession arrow pointing at Porterville with 10 seconds left to go. And the Pirates are going to have a chance to cut a little bit more into this lead as the Renegades lead 39-28. And a travel is getting a call with 3.5 seconds left to go. And the Renegades are going to get another chance as Kasabe checks back in for Porterville. Henderson will inbound to Wade in the backcourt. Wade driving to his right, throws it up off the glass, misses, but it goes in and Henderson is going to get the score. They are going to count the score on the Renegades, 41-28. And that's going to do it for the first half. And they still have 0.3 seconds on the basket.
Henderson to the line for one after the foul.
And Henderson drew the foul. So they're going to count that basket and one. So Henderson misses, and that's going to do it for the first half. The Renegades leading 41-28. And we're going to head down to the court and have a little talk with Coach Greg McCall. And, Coach, not a bad first half for the BC Renegades. What do you think?
Not too bad. We just got to cut down on the fouls. If we could cut down on the fouls, I think we could push the lead up even more. But I like our energy. I like our effort. I like how we're playing right now.
They're controlling a little bit of the rebounding going in on the offensive boards. What are you guys going to do to shut that down a little bit?
Yeah, we just got to do a better job of boxing out and just trying to limit them to one shot. If we can do that and cut down on the fouls, then we'll be even more up even more.
Okay, great. Have a great second half. All right. We'll be back with more Renegade basketball after this. I'm ready whenever you are. Oh, I'm back. Welcome back in on the broadcast, everybody. Tom Myers, Julian Wilson, of course, my cameraman, John Hare down on the court, and Gio General up here up top getting all the action for you today. Great to have everybody in. Coming to you from Bakersfield College Renegade Athletic Complex, our new arena here in Bakersfield up at BC, and great to have all of our fans here. Renegades leading 41-28 after the first half of play. BC shooting 50% from the field compared to Porterville only 25% from the field, and had a nice little conversation at the end of the half. And that one a little bit easy, but ended up Marcus Watts got knocked down by Markel Brooks, no call. And that might have been a good no call because he was just going for the ball. He didn't push off or anything. But BC in command after that first half of play. We'll see if they keep the pressure on here. And I did talk to Coach McCall about the rebounding. Great rebounding by Porterville on the offensive end. And now BC down at the left side here. Bakersfield College in white, Porterville in black. And that one's going to be off the hands of Porterville and out of bounds. Joaquin Rios tried to reach for it, luckily missed it, and it went out of bounds. On the court now for the Renegades. It's Miller, Rios, Henderson, Chavez, and Brooks. Leading scorer for the Renegades right now, Joaquin Rios with 10 points, followed by Zakir Henderson and Zach Garnett, each with 6. For the Pirates, Jamarcus Brown with 10 points, followed by Marcus Watts Jr. with 6. And nobody except for Damari Davis in foul trouble. He has 3 for the Renegades. And Marcel Longmire has 3 fouls himself for Porterville. Miller over the hands of Rios. Just can't get a grip on it. And BC does have a tendency to come out a little slow in the beginning and pick up as time goes on. As we stated in the game on Saturday against Reedley College, they had an 11-point lead in the second half, and then that thing just diminished, and they were actually trailing in the waning seconds of the second half. They were down by 2 points. And Marcel Longmire slashing to the bucket and gets the score. But BC managed to come back, and it was kind of a crazy comeback.
Right, it was crazy. And the
BC came down and scored and tied the game up with a 3-pointer, only for Reedley to drive down the court with like 10 seconds to go and put a basket in and left 3.5 seconds on the clock, and you thought it was over for BC as they trailed by 2.
Yes.
Henderson inbounded it, shot it down into the corner for Tyron Tyler, and Tyler hit the fadeaway. Oh, and that one, NBA-style 3-pointer by Gustavo Chavez. Back to what I was saying, though, was that Tyler just drained the baseline jumper from about 12 feet to tie the game up. And a nice pick by Elijah Wade, and here comes Joaquin Rios. He's going to get the easy lay-in. And now the lead is 18 for the Renegades with 17:45 left to go in this second half. Joaquin Rios now with 12 points, the leading scorer for the Renegades. And the foul's going to get called against Elijah Wade. Left his feet, and that's going to get you every time. And a smart play by Marcel Longmire. Longmire now at the line. Longmire 2 for 2 from the free throw line today. And he's going to make it now 3 for 3. And Longmire doesn't have any stats for the game against L.A. Pierce last week, so I'm assuming he didn't play in that game. But he drains them both, and he may be shooting 100% on the season now. So BC leading by 16 with 17 and a half to go in the second half. Rios driving, dishes over to Henderson. Back out to Chavez. Chavez off the mark, picked up by Brooks, who could have gone just right back up, but didn't, but now tries. That one over the basket and rebounded by David Johnson. And a not smart play.
Right, yes.
By Brooks, drawing the foul out of frustration. And again, Markel Brooks could have just gone right back up with the ball and chose not to on that
and
play.
he didn't know it. He didn't know where he was exactly. And so
now Brooks with 3 fouls in the early going here in the second half. And again, and that one bounced off of Chavez's foot. He didn't even look down to see it. But again, the stifling defense of Bakersfield College. Henderson over his hand.
Oh.
And God Wolfamuso down below all alone, and a travel is going to get called. Heads up play by God Wolfamuso, disrupting the ball and making the travel necessary. Chavez on the perimeter. Looked like a travel there. Might have gotten away with one. And Rios with the reverse.
Whoa.
And Joaquin Rios taking over here in the second half. And now he's got 14 points to lead all scorers in the game. And BC putting the pressure on. And again, the shooting troubles of Porterville from the corner, and he gets that one to go. He was all alone, Marcus Watts Jr. And now Marcus Watts Jr. with 9 points in the game. Henderson with the long jumper, and now he's got 8 points in the game. And Joaquin Rios. And Joaquin Rios just kind of taking over here in this second half. Has 16 points for the Renegades. As we stated, Joaquin Rios was out for personal reasons on Saturday against Reedley College. Henderson straight up in the air on that one, and he's going to drive the lane. And after contact, he looked like a running back going down the lane. Managed to hang on to the ball and still had the presence of mind to finish. And a nice shot in while Henderson went up to get the ball. And Elijah Wade injured on the play. And Wade really in some trouble down there. We're going to cut away, and then we'll be back after this. Elijah Wade off under his own power. And Joaquin Rios taking over in the second half here. And he's doing it at both ends of the court, both on offense and defense. And getting the turnover. And then managing to drive the lane for the score. And Joaquin Rios with 16 points so far in the game. BC leading 56-37 with 14:32 left to go in the game. James Miller back in the game for the Renegades. Tyrone Tyler out on the perimeter, driving. Dishes back out to Henderson. Davis driving to his right. And a charge is going to get called on Damari Davis, and that's going to be his 4th personal foul.
Fouls on 22, Damari Davis. His 4th personal.
And Davis tried cutting and slashing through, but a great job by the Pirates of getting position and drawing the foul. And the pressure still on by the Renegades. And one thing BC's been good about so far in this game, not only applying pressure, a nice shot by Marcus Watts Jr., is that they've been able to get back on defense and prevent the easy shot, although that one you wouldn't be able to tell. And Godwell Famuso had a little bit of contact going to the basket. And Zakir Henderson's going to get caught tripping on that one. And the foul's going to go against Henderson. And that will be his 1st. Henderson shooting 5 of 8 from the field with 10 points. Porterville working around the outside. That one just off, and Garnett gets the rebound. Here comes Miller. Miller driving, trying to go down the lane to his left. Throws it up, no good, and Tyrone Tyler. And he's going to get called for the foul. Tried to pick the pocket of Jesse Freeman. And the Renegades now with 5 team fouls already, and we're not even halfway through this second half rather. And that one just thrown away by Andre Bly. He was looking for Jesse Freeman over on the near court. But again, the pressure defense of Bakersfield College really playing games on Porterville here. Tyler being guarded by Jesse Freeman. And he gives it up. Henderson now, he's going to drive. 4 on the shot clock. Garnett goes up. Gets the rim, resets the clock, and it's going to be out of bounds. And the Renegades will maintain possession. Zach Garnett normally gets that floater to fall. Right. And in this case, a little too much mustard on the dog. And the clock getting countdown on the throw in there. He was lucky to get it in. James Miller with 2 points today, scored 29 the other day against Reedley. So offensively not having the game that he was having the other day. And again, he was 6 of 9 from the 3-point. And a nice dish by Jesse Freeman, and Jamarcus Brown with the finish. Henderson all alone, and now the Renegades can't seem to buy a bucket. And it's 56-41 with 11:40 to go in this second half. BC in their last few trips down, unable to convert after getting really close to putting the ball in the bucket. And Julian, I'll tell you what, we've seen hot and cold.
Right, we've seen it.
But we're in a really cold spell right now.
Yes, we are. You know, even with that last shot that Henderson took, you know, it was almost as if it was too easy. Because it was uncontested. He was like
the bucket is too open, and we've all seen that happen before.
Yes.
Too open of a bucket. It's like too open of a net. And Markel Brooks with a big swat.
Another block shot.
And Tyron Tyler going up. Draws the foul from Andre Bly, and he'll go to the line.
Send Tyler to the line for 2.
And that's going to be Andre Bly's, it looks like his first foul, and the third team foul. Tyler at the line makes the first.
First free throw is good by Tyler.
That one rattles around in the bucket but falls, and now it's 58-41. 11:38 to go in the second half. And another turnover thrown away by Jamarcus Brown. And 16 turnovers for the Pirates in the game so far. Renegades only have 10 turnovers, a stark contrast to the game the other day when they had almost 30. Another one just off the mark. BC getting back on defense. That one outside. Rebounded by Tyler. And the stats have kind of gone cold for Porterville from the three-point line. Currently, they're 3 of 14. And there was a string in the first half where they drained a couple pretty close to each other, and we thought that that was going to be kind of the status quo, and the Renegades were going to have to worry about keeping track of them on the perimeter. BC with possession. It'll be inbounded by James Miller, and checking in for the Pirates now, number 5, David Johnson. Johnson comes in. And Jabi Kasabe comes out. Brooks asks for it under the basket, throws that one, nice and easy turnover, or turnaround, I should say, and right up and over the top. And there's not a whole lot you can do about that with Markel Brooks at 6'6" and a wingspan that is just remarkable. And the foul is going to get called on the Renegades on James Miller.
You know, Tom, you bring up a good point. You know, these men are tall, but people forget about the arms.
Absolutely. I mean, 6'6" is a big guy, but when you look at the wingspan on Markel Brooks, he doesn't have to do a whole lot to touch the rim at 10 feet. I mean, he's just
right there.
Just a pretty monstrous young man, and very nice, by the way. I met a bunch of these guys before the game and had a real quick hellos with them, and they were real happy that we're here to broadcast the game for them, and I told them that I'm a big fan of all of theirs. They were really just super polite. Oh, and the dunk and the jam by David Johnson. Johnson had an open bucket on the give and go. And 9:49 left to go in the second half. We'll be back with more Renegade basketball after this. Bakersfield College next Friday Takes on Santa Barbara at Santa Barbara. Game time's 5 p.m. And Lemoore following that the following week, so they get a whole 7 days off. Then they'll play Lemoore up at the Miltstow Classic at Porterville College. And then they'll play College of the Sequoias also at the Miltstow Classic. And then they'll be back here on the 25th to play Moore Park. Game time is 7 p.m. For more information, just go to GoGates.com. BC coming out of the timeout. And Tyler from the corner can't get it to go, but Brooks is just right there and puts it right back in. And I'm watching Markel Brooks on 5'10" Marcus Watts Jr., and he just doesn't have a chance. And my guess is that Marcus Watts Jr. is way faster than Markel Brooks, but he's certainly not taller. And a travel, still waiting to see. Oh, they're going to call it. I don't even know what the call is on that. Oh, a timeout got called by Porterville while he was on the floor. So a smart call, 30-second timeout called by the coach. And we're still looking to see what the schedule for the women's program is. Of course, we called Bakersfield College Lady Renegade basketball on Saturday as well. And the Lady Renegade program off to a 4-0 start for the first time in 10 years.
A completely different Renegade women's
Give
team.
it up for Grant Bingham's squad and the abilities that they've had. And they're going to play on Tuesday, the 18th here, versus Santa Barbara. And that game will be broadcast on our Go Gates network, followed by Porterville next Tuesday, the following Tuesday, the 25th. Of course, they'll be at LA Trade Tech on the 22nd. So a couple of games coming up for the Renegade squad here at home, and then they kind of head into tournament season before we get into our conference season coming up in January. So once again, for information on the Renegade basketball program and any other sports programs here at Bakersfield College, just go to GoGates.com. BC in a commanding lead, 62-43. And once again, from the corner, Andre Bly rains a three. And now it's 62-46 with just over 8:50 to go in the game. Miller out on the perimeter. Going to his right, and a foul is going to get called. And that was away from the ball. And it's going to get called on Zach Garnett, either setting an illegal pick. And now the Renegades have 7 fouls. And Porterville is in the bonus, so this game's going to slow way down.
Yes, and we don't need them to be on the free throw line this last, 8 minutes of the game.
8.5 minutes to go here. Renegades still applying some pressure. And the goal with applying pressure this late in the game, and that's going to be a kick ball, so they'll reset the shot clock. The reason to apply pressure is to give them less time to actually get set up into their offense to where they still have to negotiate that shot clock. So I understand. And the other point is Greg McCall, a master.
Yes.
He's a chess player.
Yes, he is.
When other people are playing checkers, he's playing chess. So always trying to get the practice in, even if the game seems to be in the bag. And right now, that's what the Renegades are working on. An easy bucket, nobody back to play David Johnson, and he gets the easy score. Got Markel Brooks off of his feet as Brooks went flying past. Brooks gives it back up to Miller. Miller driving.
Whoa.
And Rios with the stop jumper. And he's going to draw the foul on David Johnson. And Johnson didn't have to give that. Joaquin Rios wasn't going forward. He was going backwards.
Right.
And now Joaquin Rios at the line. And Rios so far today is 3 for 4 from the free throw line.
Henderson checking into the game for the Renegades. Rios is in the line, shooting one.
So Zach Arnett takes a seat as Henderson comes back in. That one's short. Rios with 17 points in the game right now, the leading scorer for the Renegades. Henderson gets the rebound. Zakir Henderson now with 6 rebounds. And Damari Davis, and I don't think he gets full credit because he did not call that off the glass.
I'm going to give him full credit because he didn't hesitate. Soon as he got it, he shot it.
Yeah, I think I've got an H now. Pretty sure. 66-48, 7:15 to go. And the nice lay-in by Jamarcus Brown. That's going to be off the foot of David Johnson. The Renegades will have possession.
Renegades basketball.
And Marcus Watts Jr. now checking back in the game for Porterville. Watts Jr. out of Stamford, Connecticut. And like I said before, boy, you can find somebody, I don't think you can get any further away from Stamford, Connecticut. So Porterville recruiting from all over the nation. Players from Vallejo, California, Steilacoom, Washington,
and we got a lost
Kalispell, Montana, Manhattan, New York, Dallas, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, Federal Way, Washington, and Lawton, Oklahoma. I mean, that's a lot of different areas around the country to recruit from. And a foul's going to get called on Andre Bly. And honestly, I didn't really see that, but Bly now with his, I believe, his 3rd foul, yes. One more and the Renegades will be in the bonus. Gustavo Chavez checks into the game for the Renegades as Markel Brooks is going to get a little bit of a rest. The lead is 16 with just over 6 minutes to go. Henderson trying to get free, but they've got him doubled up. He gets position, tries to get the rebound. Davis, great job by corralling that one. That one's off the mark, and Famuso gets it and puts it in. Godwill Famuso had position, went up and got it at the apex and just put it right back in the bucket.
And you notice how he kept the ball up. He did not bring it to the floor.
That's right. Godwill Famuso now with 5 points in the game. And a nice bucket by Jamarcus Brown driving it to his right on Famuso. And another one off the glass for Gustavo Chavez. And I think him and Damari Davis have a bet going somewhere. And both of them are going to be playing horse all night long if they keep making 1 for 1. 71-52. Remember, the Renegade average scoring per game is over 83 points. So they have 71 right now with just under 5 minutes to go in this second half. And another basket by Andre Bly. And give it up for Andre Bly. Wow, Andre Bly. And that's going to put him at 8 points for the game and 2 quick three-pointers in the last 5 minutes of the game. So, Julian, once again, a happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans out there and a fantastic day.
Exactly.
And we did have a conversation. You got a phone call from Alice Darrow. And we talked about her at the beginning of the broadcast, 106 years young.
Yes.
She is a World War II U.S. Navy veteran.
Yes.
And give it up for Alice out of Danville, California. And she is up for the Congressional Medal of Honor.
You know, Tom, and how lucky are we to have someone around like her that has what she has and has done what she's done.
And tell me about the story that you did for her.
Well, I mean, her story speaks for itself. She is the story. She did the work. The one thing that's really, really unique about the story, if I can get it in.
Yeah, please.
She was married to her husband, Mr. Darrow, and he was shot by the Japanese. When he was shot by the Japanese, they couldn't find the bullet. The bullet was lodged in his heart.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, and they were able to save him.
Oh, wow. And where can they find that story?
They can find it on YouTube under Silver Titan Productions.
Silver Titan Productions. There you go, folks. Go look that up. It's a valuable story. Julian Wilson, once again, my producer here, and sometimes my cameraman. And Henderson just backs that one in, and there's no stopping him. I mean, Zakir Henderson is just a beast of a man. Henderson now with 12 points, the second leading scorer on this Renegade squad, getting close to his average of 14. Henderson once again down low, loses a handle on it, and that one gets picked up, stolen by Andre Bly. And then Bly goes to get it back, and he wasn't looking for it. And it goes out of bounds, and now Bly's going to have a seat as he's checking out, with Jabi Kasabe coming back in the game. Once again, Porterville is in the bonus. The Renegades on the next foul from Porterville will be in the bonus. Just under 4 minutes to go. Henderson on the floor, swatted that one away.
Number 2, Gustavo Chavez. Just in 21 to the line, Jamarcus Brown for 2.
So Jamarcus Brown now going to the line to shoot 2. 3:39 left on the clock here. Renegades leading 73-55, and currently at their biggest lead of the game, 18 points. And Bakersfield College, as we said, averages 83 points a game, and they pretty much stuck to that pretty closely over the last couple of weeks. Last week, like I said, on Saturday, they scored 93 points in that double overtime win over Reedley College, and they needed every single one of those points desperately down the stretch. A couple of great scores.
Yeah, definitely Reedley pushed him to that 90 points.
Yeah, and Reedley, they had Reedley well in hand. I mean, it wasn't even close at the beginning of this second half and into the second half. And then Reedley just started to close the gap slowly and methodically. Davis can't hold on to the ball. Looked like he caught a finger in the eye and then lost the handle on it as it headed out of bounds. Fans, be sure to stick around as we talk to the player of the game. After this one is over, I'll be down on the court to interview this week's Renegade player of the game for today's game. And again, Porterville, and they get the rebound. Henderson trying to get it, popping it around, falls over Kasabe, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Porterville miraculously is going to hang on to that one. Porterville has a full 20-second shot clock now.
And what a steal.
Davis with a great steal.
What a steal.
And gives it up to Chavez, and then right behind him is Elijah Wade to put it in off the glass. And I think Elijah Wade, I'm not sure if he knew that was coming or not. Chavez, I think he meant to make it and just threw that one up. But great concentration by Elijah Wade. And Godwill Famuso comes away with the rebound and fights it off. A little over 2 minutes to go here. And the foul's going to get called on Elijah Wade. That's going to be Elijah Wade's fourth foul. Wade's going to stay in as Gustavo Chavez comes out. And checking in for him is Amarian Armstrong. Armstrong out of Golden Valley High School has had a little bit of playing time today. He was in late in the first half. And now coming in again here late in the second. But Armstrong just like a glove over there on Kasabe. Davis, a good job of backing out Marcel Longmire.
He backed him out. Wow.
Davis on the perimeter. That one's just off the mark. He should have tried going off the glass again. 1:15 to go in the game. Renegades with a commanding 75-57 lead. And by the defense that Bakersfield College is playing, you would think that they're going to overtime on this one. And Zagir Henderson just put his hands up and pulls away the ball. And now they're going to slow it down and try to eat some clock here. Now we're under a minute. Wade loses the ball, gives it up. Davis gives it up to Famuso from the three-point line, and that one misses. And now the shot clock is off, and we're down to 17 seconds. That one's out of bounds, but Porterville will hang on to it. Everyone fighting for it underneath the basket, but nobody can get that one to go. And that's going to do it. The final score 75-57. We'll be back with post-game interviews right after this. I'm here with Joaquin Rios. Today he had 17 points in the game, your first game back after being off on Saturday.
Yes, I was off on Saturday.
What led to today's just terror? You're the leading scorer for BC today.
Man, I just, I don't know. I was just ready because I was so excited that we won in overtime. I was watching the game. I was at a wedding. And so, like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, I was so hyped. I was bummed because I wasn't there. But, you know, I just brought that energy from Saturday to today and just helped get the win today.
Yeah, we watched you play last year. And, of course, me and Julian are big fans of yours and really have enjoyed watching you play. But what's different this year about this squad compared to last year?
I would say it's just, like, how everyone's buying in now. We have a lot more guys that are, I'd say, more advanced, and they kind of like got the feel for college ball because it's so different from coming from high school to college. So I'd say they have more experience and that they bought in. I'd say bought in.
Hey, Joaquin Rios, today's player of the game for Bakersfield College. We'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back, Bakersfield College. Oh, there we go. Welcome back, Bakersfield College shooting 50% from the field today compared to Porterville at 32%. And BC kind of getting close to their season average of 83 with 75 points today. Julian, your final thoughts?
I don't know what final thought I could come up with. I mean, this was reminiscent of the last game without the double overtime. BC, the Renegades, ran the floor. They played hard. And again, the key to this victory, I will say, was the defense.
Absolutely. And, the stifling defense of the first half, you could definitely tell that the Renegades were definitely putting the pressure on Porterville, trying to keep them on the edge of their seat and not doing a great job of having them score, really kind of holding them to, a few number of points, probably the fewest number of points they've had against any opponent so far this season.
Yeah, and I was really amazed on the defensive end, the block shots. I noticed it last game in Reilly, but today, right at the beginning of the game, they were throwing that ball back.
Yeah, Bakersfield College with 7 blocks today, and Zakir Henderson and Markel Brooks really the leading contributors to those block shots today.
Right. It seems as though that they've made it a point this season that's something that they're going to do. That's going to be a facet of their game.
Yeah, absolutely. So don't forget to join us back here next Tuesday, I believe, for the Bakersfield College when they take on, and hang on a second because I didn't have it ready to go on my screen. Next Tuesday, the 18th, Bakersfield College will take on Santa Barbara here at Bakersfield College. Game time is set for 5 o'clock. And I'm sorry, that's the women's program, so I'm a little bit off on that one. The men's program, I do not have that up. For more information, though, go to GoGades.com, and you can get all the information regarding BC basketball, women's and men's programs coming up. For everybody here at Bakersfield College, once again, this has been Tom Myers and Julian Wilson, along with our cameramen. A big thank you to Gio General and John Hare, and them helping us out today to get great shots of this game. We hope to see you back here next time, everybody. So long.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGades.com.